I am doing the numerology for the year 2025. Its motto is completion is about acceptance. I had a phrase from many years ago living in a house that was a number 9. I swore that I would never live in another number 9 house because that house was always in a constant state of flux and uncertainty. The number 9 is a number of completion, but that desire for completion causes us to see all the things that need completion and require us to address them. Here, once again, I find myself in a number 9 house, and I see that I am in a house that requires constant maintenance. Knowing that, I know what the number 9 year is going to be about for all of us, as I have had a lot of practice and years of embracing what this number is all about. So let me explain it from the standpoint of my daily reality and keep these ideas as a metaphor for what is to come in 2025. Living in a number 9 reality means that every step you do, you will discover that you have to do a dozen more steps. It is in doing those steps that the underlying rot is revealed. You go to put on a new shiny roof only to discover that there is wood rot underneath. So then you have to redo the deeper support structure, only to discover afterwards that the caulking around the fireplace decides to leak after 20 inches of nonstop rain for a week. And now you need to go back up on the roof to re-caulk and seal the chimney. You bring wood in for the wood-burning stove only to realize that you have brought in tons of spiders that decided to take up residence in the corners and rafters of the inside of the house. And they always seem to be just out of reach, so you have to get a tall ladder to reach into the vaulted ceiling to deal with them. You try to figure out how to live with them, but you soon recognize that you have an enormous effort to capture and take them outside. Then you occasionally discover the bat that was hanging on some wood, and it reveals its presence by flying around the room as you try to open all the doors and windows so you can help it get out. But there are those moments that you accidentally squish one while moving the wood, and you hear their pained, high-pitched squeals, and you suddenly feel horrible and in pain with the suffering you have caused an innocent creature that was just trying to get out of the cold and wind by being in the sheltered area of the woodpile. Then there are the constant requirements of living off the land and with the land. Living on the land means that you have to be prepared and not dependent on services that are so readily available in the big cities. Fire danger is something that needs to be constantly addressed. Storms and winds break off 40-foot limbs of the great redwoods that give so much oxygen, shelter, and life to so many. But they are a fire hazard and need to be constantly pulled up and taken to the burn piles when the rainy season hits. Clearing spaces around the house are another essential project that needs to be addressed. Clearing roads requires maintaining equipment and chainsaws that need to be used regularly and when you least expect them. One learns to be constantly aware of all changing circumstances. And perhaps that is the lesson, the real lesson. This number 9 is an indicator to recognize that when one is at the end of one reality and the beginning of something new, there are endless tasks that need to be handled. Some are preparation for releasing the old, clearing things out, creating new spaces, and finding that thread that we can manage to hold on to that will allow us to begin again, start over, and find a path that presently seems unavailable. The number 9 is a form of death. That death requires a type of honor and respect that is not often afforded in these moments of overwhelm. That is because normal humanity incessantly reaches for more, even when they do not realize that they are losing, as they long for the luster of that shiny object that has taken hold of them like a fever. The number 9 is all about learning to listen, not with the mind, but the heart and the soul. It listens in order to be prepared. It listens to anticipate what may come and recognizes that really almost anything can happen. We live in a world where we have become numb to a life filled with the normal daily routines. Those routines do not allow us to function at a high level. I believe that deep inside, each of us is a person that longs for an adventure and unconsciously wants to be tested in ways and overcome adversity. The number 9 is here to help us embrace that emotional adversity is always destined to come our way. The number 9 is that warning that we are in a time that each choice and decision is going to be important, and we better have our head on straight and have a very calm knowing of who we are in each and every moment. The number 9 is a number that does not ask for permission or forgiveness. It responds to the situation with a balanced mind and an accepting heart. You see, completion is really about acceptance. Acceptance that the past now needs to be relegated to the past. The realization that once was has become a ghost to the dreams of our ancestors' lives and effort. We are to learn in the number 9 to let go. But as we let go, we are reminded to know this when all hell, that this is when all hell can get unleashed. Weathering a number 9 year is all about being prepared and to not think anyone or anything is going to protect you. We are going to have to do what is necessary to protect yourself. In a number 9 year, it is not yourself that you want to fear. It is about fearing those that easily get caught by the chaos and become a part of the pyroclastic flow of others, or the part of the tsunami that is washing away the old structures to show that perhaps another structure should not have been created there in the first place. The number 9 year is a year that tells the emotional stories of humanity's response to choices and actions. It is a year to know that you have capacity to do so much more, and the universe is taking away the training wheels to see if you can really ride this bike on your own, or if you are going to have to gain more skills to find and maintain balance on this ride. What is important in this number 9 year is to approach things without fear, open-eyed, and ready to deal with what comes your way. If you can do that, you will discover powers inside of you that you did not know you had. Your life will become more alive because of those challenges, and you will learn that freedom always comes at a cost. Thanks, everyone.